it won't be safe and it won't be calm.
Run up and down lots of corridors!
That was the one!
He's turned off to the right, Brigadier.
Locking phasers on target.
They're locking phasers. Ray shields.
Fire!
But I tell you what it will be. I'll tell you what it will be. The trip of a lifetime.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, trip of a lifetime. Unfortunately, apparently it was only once in a lifetime. We're not getting a trip of a lifetime twice. It's not going well for Doctor Who. Let's not like bury the lead. It's not going well. We're watching a complete implosion and failure before our eyes. I have heard, and it's not confirmed in any way, shape, or form. Right? I have heard that the iPlayer ratings are very bad. Right? The iPlayer rating is like 150,000. Right? I don't know. Maybe it's like that a day, maybe. So they get an extra million or so. 1.5 million. But boy, normally they release the ratings. You know, you get the overnight and the the TV viewing and the overnight iPlayer ratings together, don't you? As the overnights. Weird that you're not this time. I think it's going very badly. Right? And I think they're freaked out how badly it's going because they obviously live in an idiot bubble, right? Honestly, it's not 2017, Russell, right? Like, this is not, what are you thinking? Making Doctor Who into a gay show? What are you thinking? Like, it's so stupid, right? It is so stupid and narcissistic, right? I'm sorry. And you can't, you got all the gay press saying, oh, Doctor Who's a gay show. Yeah! Right? They're all excited. You can't tell me what, you can't have it both ways, right? It can't be not a gay show and a gay show. It's a gay show, right? It's a gay show about gay people doing gay things. And Millie Gibson, who is the only one who's coming out good from this. But Google Trends, a disaster, right? The normies have started to notice it's a disaster, right? It's not that people are angry. People are just, it's a laughing stock. It's so insanely stupid. It's a laughing stock. And boy, that's much worse than people being angry, right? That is much, it's just like, who gives a shit? It's more woke shit from Doctor Who. Now, weirdly, we have got a few reviews, like The Sun, saying, "Oh no, they've given up the wokeness." What are you watching, mate? I have no idea. Look, these are hacks. Anyway, before we get to that, boy, we have a lot to talk about. Today. I crawled to the stream today. Like, I literally crawled because today is Yom HaAtzmaut. Today is the Israel Independence Day, and oh boy, did I just wake up from drinking way too much and eating way too much to like literally crawl my way here. I had a very, very pleasant day, right? Very, very pleasant day. We've so normally Yom HaAtzmaut, Israeli Independence Day, it's you do a grill, you do a barbecue. Now we weren't planning on doing one this year because I thought it was only going to be me, my wife, and my daughter, who's moving out in a couple of months anyway. Here for Yom HaAtzmaut. So we're just going to like throw some burgers on the grill and some hot dogs and be done, right? And be done. Last night my son phones up, right? Or the night, was it last night? I think, yeah, he phones up. He says, "Can we come to you for Yom HaAtzmaut for the Israel Independence Day?" I'm like, "Well, we're not doing anything, and you can do whatever you want, but you got to bring the meat, bring whatever you want, and just cook it, and we'll all eat together, right?" So they basically did that. My son and his young wife, they hosted an event, which they graciously invited us to, at our house. So we had who was it? My son, his wife, his wife's sister and husband, my younger daughter's here with the new bow, and oh boy, I hear wedding bells in the future, right? I hear wedding bells in the future with my younger daughter, which I'm really happy about, right? Which I'm really totally happy about. But anyway, so yeah, they came in, they bought this. Let me get the pictures up, right? I mean, honestly, I've just eaten so much food and so much good meat. She cried, jigger jigger. No, I have. It's like, oh god, it was incredible. Here, let me get the pickies out. So yeah, this is a very standard Israeli Independence Day, right? So yeah, there's my son cooking away. So yeah, they bought this incredible. He's also got a smoker, right? You see, his butt is facing the smoker. He bought this piece of meat and smoked it. Oh my god, it was so good. But we had, so yeah, that's him doing the. My wife wanted a picture of him grilling, because she's got a picture of him like when he was 6 grilling. So I'm like, fine. So I went outside and said, don't fight it, baby. It's like rape. Just go limp, right? You can't not get a picture taken, right? And this is my his wife, his sister, her sister, and her husband, who I still can't remember his bloody name. Aviad, maybe. No, I'm wrong. I can't remember. I just remembered her name. Okay, so don't ask me to go crazy. That's my wife getting in the picture there. Here we are. Oh, that was that smoked meat. Oh, that was freaking incredible. It really was obscenely good, right? And they made all these salads, all the Jewish stuff, tahina, chicken wings. So, like, in case we didn't have enough, we had a ridiculous amount of food. Right, this is called arisa, which is, these are good. You get a pita and you stuff them with ground meat, like burger, right? Spice it and you cook it all together on the grill. They were good. So yeah, we have the patriotic tablecloth, and then we're all there eating away, right? Oh man, yeah, these steaks. Oh, these steaks were freaking incredible as well. We had Cinta and an entrecote. What else is on the table I can point out? It was just like I ate, and I was like, I haven't had meat for a while actually, so I was like really insanely enjoying. Oh god, those steaks were good. Yeah, they were awfully nice. That's the smoked meat. Plenty of alcohol, right? That's always good. And yeah, we all chilled out. It's my son's birthday. This is my daughter. And her new boyfriend, the first one she's brought home to meet us. I see wedding bells going on here, right? Look how happy she is. So I asked her, like, did you expect? Man, I was beaming. I was like, yeah. When I see them together, I just smile. I was like so happy, right? So I asked her, did you expect me to be this happy, right? Because she could have come home with a boy and like I'm there with a shotgun. And she's like, are you happy? I'm like, how could I look any happier? For goodness sake, right? Anyway, then after we finished, I made it to bed. I was gonna put a little Twitter update, right, to let you know where I was. That was after him. I think I need to turn it, don't I? How do you turn these around? Rotate? No. There you go. That's more like it. That was, again, so much meat, so much alcohol. I am very satiated from that, right? I'm very satiated. And it was also my son's birthday, so my wife made cupcakes for some reason. I don't know why, but worked for me. Again, I have. Oh, dang! Let me try this. Present video file. That's what I'm looking for. Over here. Oh, there you go. Doink. Oh God, you can hear how drunk I am. Yom Yom Ledet. That's like happy birthday. Hayom is today. Yom Ledet, your birthday. Hayom Yom Ledet. Hayom Yom Ledet. La Ruben. Maybe I should have held the phone. Okay, here's the really weird thing about it, right? she's not French, but she moved here from French Tunisia when she was like 2. I challenge you to prove me wrong here. She has the exact same voice as Madame Shirley in The Wombles, as portrayed by Bernard Cribbins, right? Bernard Cribbins doing a French woman sounds exactly like my daughter-in-law. And the weird thing is, everybody starts talking in that accent, right? When you're ready, what's going on? It's very infectious, right? It's very, very, very infectious. Fine. I don't know how long I'm going, right? I got a lot that I want to get through today. So I think we're gonna get to the chat earlier than normal because I just got so many stories, and if we can finish early and go to sleep, that'd be awesome, right? Also, something I will show you right now though, which is I just found this today. It's on Patreon. How do I get to the? 1 second. Here we go. I want to find the link to where it is. So this guy on Patreon has a project of upscaling Doctor Who stories to 4K. I haven't worked out. They're not playing great on my TV right now, but they play fantastic on my computer. So I got to work out what codec they use. But here, let's. Here, 1 second. It's over there. You have to pay to access the 4K stories. You got to pay like. Was it $3 a month to join the Patreon? Check out this. This is a 4K comparison of Earthshock, right? I don't want to get copyright struck for this. Yeah, so you see when it goes into this is standard. Right, when you got these DVDs, then we go to 4K. Standard. Wow, and it really is very, very good, right? Very impressive, right? Standard. Okay, let's have something a little bit lighter lit. There you go. Yeah. So why do I want 4K? Because sometimes I want to watch stuff on my TV, and it's a big TV, right? And that's the reason you upscale. You upscale so you make it watchable on your current technology, which it isn't for like so much. Right? Especially if I watch something like Remembrance of the Daleks, which I love Remembrance of the Daleks, but the highest thing I got on that is a DVD, which is what 480p. How big is here? 1 second. So yeah, so this is very impressive. They have a bunch of stories. Here 1 second. Let's go look at it. I'll put this over here. One second, I gotta find where to put it. You go there. And is it no? Close this over here. No, I'm on the wrong thing. Oh, it's over here. That's where I want to go. I got a tab open to Rotten Tomatoes. Because oh boy, Doctor Who's doing so insanely badly here. So I think you get the point, right? It looks pretty good, right? It looks pretty good. And again, it's not playing well on my TV right now, but on the computer it's playing fine. So I've just got to problem solve it a little bit. So share screen. Doing over here. So here, let's see what stories they got. Collections. We'll go to collections. So for the early ones, early Doctors, they're not doing so great. They've got a colorized Unearthly Child, episode 1, right? Not much, right? And a colorized 10th Planet. And I'm not really into the colorization, frankly. Right? It's not for me, right? Not for me. So and then second Doctor story, they also got a colorized Tomb of the Cyber, and again, the colorization didn't really work for me. Enemy of the World also is colorized, but then they got Mind Robber. I haven't looked at this one yet, but actually when you click on it, will we be able to see it? Let's see if we can play one of these. Turn the sound off. Doink. Let's see if I can scoot forward. Thinking about it. So I wonder how he's doing it, right? It's definitely, so this is just 720. Let's take it up to 21. Hang on. Wait till we see, actually you can see something. Thinking about it again. Come on, I'm about to give up, right? Although again, it's on 4K, so it's going to take some time. Yeah. Well, this looks pretty darn beautiful, right? Yeah, this will be one I'm looking forward to downloading. What else we got? Doink. That's a Mind Robber. Third Doctor stories. They have again all these upscale to 4K. Ambassadors of Death. Oh, I love Ambassadors of Death. What else they got? Dead of the Darks. Now, Dead of the Darks is a problem for me because I massively prefer the special edition, right? I massively prefer the special edition. So much so, I'm not really a fan of the original version, just like, right? 3 Doctors. Oh, yeah, I would check that out. The Daemons. Oh, Daemons in 4K. Yeah, that's one I want as well. And again, you have to join their Patreon to be able to download these. It's $3 a month. Time Warrior, man, they only got the first 3 episodes of Time Warrior. What they got for the 4th Doctor? Confusingly, with a picture of Peter Davison. No, that throws us off. Pyramids of Mars 1 to 4. Caesar Doom. I like the ones that have been released. Deadly Assassin has been released. Horror of Fang Rock, very recently released. And Keeper of Traken. And the 5th Doctor stories we have Urshock and Arc of Infinity. Why bother? 5 Doctors. Okay, 5 Doctors. But again, which version? There's so many versions of the 5 Doctors now. 6 Doctors. I think it's just Benjamin Varys of the 6th Doctor. And only part 1. Okay. 7th Doctor. Remembrance of the Daleks. I've downloaded that. Battlefield Part 1, right? And Dimensions in Time. You see, like the AB, the original and the 4. Again, I'm a bit confused at why bother, but okay. Then the TV movie, I can really actually use a good 4K version of that. Right? Is this on YouTube? Yeah, if this is on YouTube, I'll download it. We'll look at it. Doink. Yeah, let's download that. Well, it's downloading. Let's give it about 45 seconds. Okay, so the TV movie. Yeah, I would definitely like a 4K version of that. But again, I think $3 a month, $3 one go really is worth it. So you got Dalek in 4K. With Eccleston. I really got to do a side-by-side comparison. What do you have for 4K for the 10th Doctor? School Reunion, probably one of his best stories. Runaway Bride, Blink, Utopia, Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords, Planet of the Ood. Oh, wow, that's a good one. Midnight's one of my all-time favorite David Tennant stories, right? Stolen Earth, only at 1080p apparently, and Journey's End. Right. Yeah. So look, that is that thing downloaded. Oh, still downloading. That says 3 minutes long. Right. But it's a recommend, mate. It is a recommend. John the White bought this. I'm going to mention him a few times tonight. Brought this to my attention with this. It's How I Feel Laughing at BBC Studios classic in true 4K. They want to love us. They want us to tell us to touch grass. Get prepared to say goodbye to our money forever. Close friends DM me for more. Well, I put it in the link, right? Video, we have that covered. Merch, 3D printers go effing brr, and 3D printing is fantastic, right? There's so much cool 3D printing here. AI, the creative powers are at our fingertips, right? 100%. Let me find what was it? 3D printing, 3D... Doctor Who 3D printing. If you haven't seen the stuff, it's really crazy, right? It's really, really, truly crazy. Okay, full-size Cyberhead, but so yeah, they have lots of models, but like I like the finished actual practical props, right? Yeah, again, I love the creativity this gives you. What was this from? I remember this. Who had a Sonic cane? I really can't remember. Or is it just? Am I just imagining it? What is this? They're trying to. He's trying to do something. I can't work it out. So, oh look, 3D printed Sonic screwdriver. And the weird shooty one, if you like it. Chumblies, right? Again, Masters TARDIS. Did they ever release that mutant? Now we're getting to it. Like this guy Tony Wood's got a lot of stuff, hasn't he? That was the Gallifreyan pistol. Hang on, doink. Nice. Look at that. So again, but yeah, listen. Is that from? No, I was going to say that looks like the teleport from Remembrance of the Daleks. No, it's just something going wrong. Yeah, let's go with this guy up here, Tony Lark. James Lee. He has a ton of stuff, right? Yeah, these mutants are pretty cool. But the wheelie bin. Oh, I remember seeing this. This is from 2004. Yeah, this is what one of the ideas of the Daleks before the revival. I mean, what would you call this one? I think I would call this era a reboot. Yeah, these are okay. No, nothing, stupendous. Was it the same guy up here? Troy Wood? Is Troy Wood the guy here? I mean, and the consoles are just incredible. Oh man, I love a bit of Candy Man. That looks fantastic. Yeah, you're right. 3D printing. I mean, honestly, we're basically covered here. Look at this. Man, it's all very cool, right? Hand of Omega. But see if it has any TARDISes. Can I search the group? No, search Facebook. Yeah, let me whiz down. See if I see any TARDIS consoles. Because again, these are fabulous, right? These are absolutely fabulous. That's his toolkit. I remember from. Oh man, that's a big project, right? The Dalek dropship. There's a lot of cool stuff. What is this he's trying to print? I'm still trying to work out what it is. Printed muck of resin. I have no idea what that is. I guess the mutants is the big thing right now. That's not bad. Oh, the tripods. Dude, I love the tripods. It was shit. And I really liked it. I had a little tripod model. Oh man. I mean, I think it can be re-edited from the 12 episodes down to like a TV movie. Yeah, that's gorgeous, right? That is gorgeous. These are really good. Look at that. Does it have any other good ones? All right, from what's it called again? The Chase, wasn't it? They were in. Very nice. Destroyer. Oh, look at this. That's gorgeous. That is really gorgeous. Is that from Legend of the Sea Devils, I guess? Is that the Bonoids? They look so much better in color. Oh, I like that. I like the Bonoids. Oh, they're nice too. Oh, that is really cool. Right? That is very, very cool. And again, it allows you creativity to do variations on the theme. Like Vervoids. I don't know. Why would you want the Vervoid? I want the vagina monster. Yeah, let's make look at the scutter down there. That's awesome. I love the scutter. Tetraps for some reason in the Millennium Falcon. Draconians, again, looks like in the Star Wars background. Nice. Empress of the Ice Warriors, right? What was that from? I kind of remember it, but I don't remember. That's from Time Heist. Yeah, man, this is just very cool, right? This stuff is all just very cool. Anyway, so John the White has a very good point, right? Yeah, AI, absolutely. Is that a fingertips? The Cappy Doctor Who goes against the True Who. No contest, story, character, originality, ideas. We've got it all. Exactly. Honestly, Dr. Alex, right? Dr. Alex is season 12, 13, and now 14. Well, is real, authentic Doctor Who. Like if you've never seen it before, let me pull this up quickly. I'll show you a quick clip of one of my AI made fan-made Doctor Who. 1 second.
Tack eyebrows who had a life of their own. But nothing lasts forever, and this, he felt, was his time to die. His faithful and loving TARDIS had said no, however. She had taken him on a journey that reiterated to him what life actually was for, what it was about, and ended in the snow of the impromptu Christmas truce in the trenches of the Great War on December.
Yeah, so again, it's that was an algorithm. That wasn't Peter Capaldi really reading it, but it felt like to me it was, frankly. And the way Dr. Alex does it is really cool, right? He does all these different characters. He puts them in a performance. It's really fun, right? It's very authentic Doctor Who, right? It's genuinely very authentic Doctor Who. If you haven't heard it, go start at season 12. They're great, right? They are absolutely great. He does his own performance one, and he does the AI. He also does. He had who was it? Not Orson Welles. I can't remember reading. He's got a lot of very good readings. 1 second, so I can find it. Yeah, we got go to Doctor YouTube. Dr. Alex. Where are we up to? No, why doesn't it come up straight away? I mean, honestly, if I do a search on Dr. Alex, surely it should go to the person I'm subscribed to, right? Where is it? This is just annoying. Dr. Alex season 14. Let's see if that comes up. There you go. Right, let's get to his channel. Yeah, where we go. Oh, right, I'm in the right place. So we go to videos. Doink. Add. So yeah, you'll finally say lots of play. This is my episode. Again, I like the performance he does for it. It's really great. Lonnie did this. Space Ghost Assassin. He has Call of the Cthulhu from H.P. Lovecraft, produced by Alex Aliza. I have to listen to that. But Richard Burton reads War of the Worlds. That's freaking awesome, right? I mean, it's just freaking. We will grab a moment of that for you to revel in. Doink. This is Vincent Price doing it. Vincent Price reading a Lovecraft Christmas story. Yeah, let's go to was it collections? Shorts, like I thought you had playlists. A playlist. There you go. So Vincent Price reads War of the Worlds. He's just got lots of cool stuff on his channel. Right, I mean, stuff that would is interesting. Season 14, season 13, start season 12. It's really good. Can I find the playlist? Season 12. Is this the one? Is this the one that he did, or the AI version? This is the one he did. Here, 1 second. Did it down here? 1 second. Let's have a look at it. Let me just share this. Doink. But yeah, look, honestly, we're so close for it to be doing this in video as well. It's ridiculous. Present video file. Still downloading. Disgrazia. Man. Anyway, let's pull this up while we're talking about AI. Share screen. Yes, happy Israeli Independence Day. Gal Gadot makes her Rabbi debut, I think, right? And it's a particularly good Gal Gadot. It took me a long time to work this out, right? Gal Gadot and the Scarlett bit of ScarJo accent. Israel Independence Day. Get ready for some full frontal nudity. Now, here's a weird thing, though, right? Gal Gadot, when produced by the AI. Well, initially, I had it. I put in, say, Gal Gadot's face. I wrote Gal Gadot describing the look of the person, and then face swapping. I wrote Gal Gadot in the prompt, and it came up with an approximation, and then I face swapped it afterwards, right? But here's what it was originally like, right? And what the hell's up with this? Why is her armpit shaving? What is it you think of Gal Gadot? What's up with you? Right? Anyway, but once she's face swapped, much more realistic, right? Before, after, right? What a difference! What a difference! And a few more. Gal Gadot actually comes out quite nicely, right? Doink. And then we had ScarJo, right? That was ScarJo pre-face swapping, and then after face swapping, right? Pre-face swapping, after face swapping, and yeah, what a difference, right? But you get the kind of right shape of the face, so that's certainly the way to go. I tried it, by the way, at first with Millie Gibson, right? And that does work, but I just feel we needed a bit more nudity, right? And that's why we got this awesome background. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Israeli Independence Day. Thank you very much, Gal Gadot. So we're going to talk about the Devil's Chord. We haven't actually gone through that with the fine-tooth comb. Again, the more it sits with me, the more awful it is, right? It really is genuinely cack. It is genuinely unwatchable cack, right? It's the best way, the kindest thing I can say about it. The breaking the fourth wall, the dancing, the dance number, it was cack. Cack and weird grooming, right? I'm sorry, Jinx Monsoon, it's not appropriate, right? It's not like Danny LaRue, right? And even Danny LaRue, they didn't have in Doctor Who, which, by the way, John Nathan Turner was a huge fan of drag. He wanted, when I was working for BBC Enterprises doing like the Years tape, he pitched the idea of doing drag from the archives, or maybe it was like one of his last jobs at BBC, where he wanted to have all the great drag acts that have been on the BBC over the years, right? So he didn't put a drag queen in the middle of Doctor Who, I think because he realized it would be totally and completely inappropriate, right? It just would be completely inappropriate. Fine, let us get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Only starters, unless that YouTube are promoting HaGeffen fashion on today of all days. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Darren M is here. How are you doing, Darren? Thank you for joining us. Mark Cook is here. Good evening from a wet and overcast England. Not so good anymore. Happy Israeli Independence Day. It's been lovely Wednesday. We as you saw, we ate outside. The Southern is here. Yes, it's so sturdy and brave to ditch the Daleks and assignment for snot monsters or Ekimon. Now, I don't really mind the snot monster. I think having like that sort of thing is kind of fun, and definitely can work in Doctor Who, right? I think something that makes kids go, ew, gross, I think is good, right? I do think it's good. It's it's not everybody's. It's not. I wouldn't want every episode of it, but I like the weenie bin. Eating Mickey. I really did. It was. I have to tell you. There's a lot of this new era that so far that just feels like a tired retread of 2005 with a lot of gayness thrown in. They do seem to be repeating 2005 quite a lot. I mean, you had some scenes straight out of The End of the World. It was at the beginning of the episode rather than the end of the episode. And I'm not really vibing it with Shooty, frankly. Right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was just too obnoxious beforehand. Right, he was like too stupid beforehand, and like put normal people off. Right, that could well be put me off. Right, but I think it's fair to say that that a lot of fans going into it went in with a very negative attitude, and I've never seen this before. But most people I know are not watching it, right? Most people, like I was talking to Dan, he says on Type 40, they've only got him and I think Charlotte watching it. Like nobody else wants to watch it. That's a really bad state to get to, right? That's a really bad state to get to. I understand it because it's not very good, right? And here's the thing, the arrogance of this production, they just thought it would be great, right? But here's the thing, I don't think Daleks and Cybermen would fit into this version of Doctor Who, right? They're too, serious, frankly, right? It's too, grounded in science, which this era of Doctor Who is not, right? I mean, here's the thing. When you're going to do the first female Doctor Who or the first black Doctor Who, which is, so important to you, right? Why wouldn't you just try? Why don't you just go with that without having to scream all the time? He's black and gay, everyone. He's black and gay, black and gay, black. I mean, why? Well, again, I never knew Simon Callow was gay, and why would I? Right? He's an actor. Why is it important? I know he's gay. I didn't. I'm who cares if he's straight? If ain't Hudson, Rock Hudson. Gay, but we all thought it was straight. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is. And that's just such a defining part of his personality. And I really do think that if Ncuti wasn't being told he's brilliant every given moment, he would be doing a much better job, right? But the thing is, again, people like Rusty Davies genuinely see it being a better performance if it's by a black gay person. And then if anybody doesn't see it that way, he calls them a bigot, right? It's delusional. That Metro article is bloody delusional. Oh, I want to get to that tonight. How come they talk about the Doctor Who not being for a straight white man when nearly all the Doctors have been straight white men? I don't know. Because they're crazy, okay? They are absolutely batshit crazy. That is the answer to your question, right? That's the answer to your question. Horan says, again, I want to be more than fair with Ncuti than I was with Jodie. I mean, Jodie just came off as patronizing, like she was entertaining for kids on CBeebies. Look, again, Ncuti's really coming off very badly. Sadly, right? Very, very sadly. I wish it was going better. Kingsman says the dipshits on Gallifrey base are all saying this is the Who relation. Who cares what they say? They are, if I may quote Douglas Adams, an invisible dot on an invisible dot. It doesn't matter, right? It's the normies. The normies are the only thing that matters, and they've blown it, right? The normies are just going. If they're bothering to look at all, they're if they're bothering to look at all, they're just saying this is shit, right? Listen. I'm intrigued to see what Stephen Moffat's going to do this week, right? It's like how does Stephen Moffat make if he can't make anything out of this this shit show, that the whole concept has failed. So I am intrigued to see what they're coming. But again, I think the ratings have been abysmal. I think the best they can hope for is, and this is unusually high. If they get a 5.5 rating, 5.5 million, they're doing very, very well, right? Very, very well. I don't see how they can really get more than that. Starting at the overnight of 2.4, I don't see how they can really get more than that, right? And the really embarrassing thing is, it got 2.4, and then as soon as it finished and the Euro came on, it went up to 7.5. Right? This has been a massive failure. And again, the failure is much, much greater because Rusty Davies was genuinely expecting this to be embraced like the new Harry Potter. Right? He thought everybody was going to love it because in his little bubble, he thought that, oh no, only the bigots don't like, lots of gay shit in your face all the time. No, mate. Again, just keep the sex out of it. Not gay, not straight. Just keep the sex out of it, right? Or the innuendo, stop. I don't mind you sexualizing the companion, right? Nicola Bryant, Mark Strickson, for that matter. He was going, he's a Adric. These are all gay masturbatory fansies, right? I don't mind you sexualizing the companion. I do mind you sexualizing the Doctor because it's so against character, right? I think, you had, in the modern era, you had David Tennant and Matt Smith, who are both sexier, right? I mean, apparently, most women I speak to think Peter Capaldi is the sexiest Doctor from the modern era. And the thing about Matt Smith is that he played it as if he didn't know he was attractive. Like, it was just like, it was, that's the sort of, he played it like a kind of baffled academic. Exactly what Doctor Who should be like, right? David Tennant had a bit too much swagger for me, right? But again, he didn't strike me as somebody who really interested in having lots of sex, right? He had the relationship with Rose, but that was it, right? That was it. But yeah, obviously they're going to say it's a Who Renaissance. They're out their fucking minds, mate. They are. They're just out their minds. We're up to 5. So, got an Archer there, doing graduate Archer. Happy birthday. Happy graduation day as well. It's like the 76th anniversary, isn't it? I can't remember. What year is it? It was 48. Yeah, something like that. One second. I'll just look it up. It is. That looks good. 450,000 people have fled from Rafa. Good. 76. We are 76 years old today. Oh, it's a long time. Anyway, Catherine Thea is there. Oh, Catherine, you sent me a great article, right? And you bring up a very good point, which I really should address, because I honestly, I think Britain. I think both Britain and the British are great, right? I think they are a genuinely great nation, right? I am unabashedly somewhat patriotic for the Brits. Oh, this download? Yeah, we'll look at this in a second. I'm unabashedly quite proud of being British, because I just think the British people, right, are an incredibly warm, accepting people, right? The institutions not so much, right? But I think here this is this was really genuinely heartwarming, right? Share screen. Doink. There you go. The real Eurovision winner, the British voters who weren't intimidated by the pro-Hamas mob and gave Israel's courageous singer max points. Yeah, and you know what? Again, Russell, you got. I have to log in to read this. Are you out of your mind? No, I don't want. I'm not going to do this. Right? Really? Here, let's see if we can run in the Wayback Machine. There is no way. Like, here's the thing. Okay. You want You want people to pay for your paper, whatever. So instead of charging a month's subscription, charge me for that day's issue, and I will pay you, the pound or whatever it is. All right. Where is this? No, they haven't saved it. Okay, so start off. But yeah, look, I love that the weird degeneracy of Ollie Alexander and all the weirdos, right? Just didn't go anywhere. That people again, Russell thought that people would love Ollie Alexander at the what's it called? The Euros, right? But no, you got to understand, Russell. The normal world is just sick of your degenerate shit. Right? We are. He keeps saying you got to make this, Doctor, about the conversation we're having today. The conversation is shut up. Stop trying to tell us, that again, that we must have this weird, overt sexuality everywhere, all the time, especially for children. It's about time they release a TV movie with Nick Briggs doing the voices at the beginning and get rid of those. They you can get that. There's a fan edit of that. Let me find it for you. Let me find it. We go. Doctor Who movie. We'll do McGann movie. McGann movie. Re-edited Daleks. Is it going to come up? Okay, this is a good one. One with Anthony Amy. Let's see if this one downloads. That's crazy. It's downloading now. Here, while it's downloading, let's look at the McGann movie 4K thing.
Sentence passed. Then he made his last, and I thought somewhat curious request. He demanded that I, the doctor, might...
There you can see. Oh, well, here. This I want to see. Yeah, the titles in 4K are going to be great. So that's regular, I think. You can't see any difference. Come on. I can see zero difference there. So that's regular. And that's 4K. Again, I can't really see much difference. Regular. It looks pretty good. Or is that 4K? Oh, the 4K looks better. Yeah, much more deeper colors. Man, that's still my favorite TARDIS of all time. I mean, it's totally my favorite TARDIS. I'll put in some more roundels, but that's about it, right? That's totally about it. Tell you, I miss there being a good McGann Doctor Who on Big Finish, right? I'm not getting any of the ones coming out now. Just like they've really screwed that entire range, right? They really genuinely have. Let's zoom forward a bit. I mean, you look when you do the white over to 4K, it looks so much better, right? It's crazy how much better it looks. There we go, and newly regenerated. We're about to get the "I am the Doctor" moment. Oh, is this thing nearly downloaded? Yeah, so it's got 1 minute to go. Taking so long. No good. Double exposure. Too hard. I am not like you. Call me master. The logo looks better updated. All right, let's have a look at this. I finally can see him. I'm not sure. I might prefer the original on that one. Although, you know, you know what I really wish Big Finish would do? They would do like a box set of Paul McGann as if it was a American TV show, 42-minute long episodes, 5 ad breaks. You know, they really do it like how it would be, right? I think that would be a really fascinating way to do something interesting with the range. I am excited about them doing the essentially the Cushing Doctor with who was it? Dave Bradley. Oh, here, this thing's downloaded. 1 second. Doink. Video file. Where is it? Come on. Video file. Is it? There you go.
It was on the planet Skaro that my old enemy, the Master, was finally put on trial.
It's so much better! Okay, this is so much better.
They say he listened calmly as his list of evil crimes was read. Sentence passed. Then he made...
Oh, do you hear the Dalek noise in the background?
...his last request.
For old time's sake, release me, Doctor. You know what these monsters will do to me.
Is this a face swap, you think?
Release me.
No, this is from the Destiny of the Doctors. Yeah, you hear the real Dalek voices?
Release me!
Yeah, no, that was so much better. That was ridiculously better. Okay. Eric Roberts, stacking afterwards. Okay, what's the point?
has 13 lives, and the master had used all of his. But rules never meant much to him. So, I stowed his remains safely for the voyage back.
Are we going to get like a bit of Anthony Amy in here again? By the way, I love the attention to detail, how they built the real sonic screwdriver. They got the Doctor Who technical manual, right? And they built everything and it looked authentic. And Sylvester McCoy held it upside down.
Because even in death, I couldn't trust him.
Yeah, again, this was gorgeous, right? This was, oh man, it's such a bummer. Look, we didn't get more of this.
There, that should do it.
I like the McGann movie, right? I do. That was so much better, though, right? That was so much better. Here, let me find you the link to that. Doink. What was that? Mark Lewis. There you go. This is for you, baby. Doink. Oola! I don't know what that means. Probably what one of the kids would say. Speaking of Dan, tune into Facebook, Type 40. Eurovision. That's a great title, isn't it? Right? Tomorrow on Thursday night, right? Peter said that his aunt and uncle watched the first episode and tuned out. They said it was like I have to go. Look, it's made for TikTok morons. Essentially, it's made to go on TikTok too, and it's not going to work, right? It's the arrogance. To think a 6-year-old man who likes to hang around children with doing weird gay shit, right? Will be able to take TikTok. It's so stupid, right? It's so stupid. The fact that they lost 200,000 views between consecutive episodes should be a dire warning. Well, yeah, you would expect a drop off, right? But look, it's not where it starts; it's where it finishes, right? And look, if it's getting 2.4 overnight, right, then by the time you get to the end of the season, 1.2, maybe. I mean, I think this is going to be a massive flop for the BBC. And they're stuck with it for 2 years. And Russell's talking about writing spin-offs. Yeah, good luck there, mate. Yeah. I'm sure they're going to come together. GFO is here. I don't think Doctor Who fans have been starved of good Doctor Who for years now. That they will be blinded by any good moment and ignore the bad parts. I was the same with Flux, for example, or the latter Jodie stuff. I was like, well, that bit's not bad. I mean, it was unwatchable shit. Honestly, I am pretty much exclusively classic at the moment, right? Ross David can't see the T was thrown out. The L 6% of the GB walked away and started their own group and said, yeah. Russell Axe fans, I met in a year's time. He attacked fans by walking out at them. Okay, there's a lot of people saying Russell Davies is a nasty guy now, right? You didn't hear this in the first time round, and they said, look, things are going to come out about him. I probably will. It's just not good. I'm only intrigued to see Moffat episode and who Millie turns out to be. Is she related to Susan? I'm not even that interested in the Millie story, frankly. I am intrigued to see how Moffat, what Moffat can do with this shit show, right? We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. There's a rumor that doing the browser, Robert Davis has confirmed Ruby is bisexual. Yeah, no, I don't think that's correct. That's from Who page on Facebook, and they're always wrong. Right, they're always pushing their weird gay agenda, right? And it is a weird, look, if you're gay, be gay. If you're not gay, be straight. What was it? Ricky Gervais said in his last special that gay now also means men who want a bit of attention, right? Which is basically, this is so true. Oh God, I heard this Know Nothing comedian saying, "Well, the problem with this last night, it wasn't very funny." The trouble you didn't find it funny because they were laughing at your insanity. Fine, where are we up to? Are we up to? It's 1,000 I better said Marvelous, right? Made Doomsday look good. Well, Which one's Doom? Oh God, Doom's no, that's not Doomsday. Yeah, we meant Doom. A Cosmic Day. Doomsday is was awful, right? But again, everything they touch right now is a disaster, right? There's nothing that's going, oh, that's working out really, really well, right? There's absolutely nothing like that at all. Fine. So, I think the first thing we need to do is go over the, what's it called again? The Jigs Monsoon episode, the Devil's Chord. I think the first thing, go over the Devil's Chord, and then we'll start looking at the feedback, which has been done. Now, I'll remind you, Space Babies, I tore it as a new arsehole on our last review. Full of clunky politics, right? Clunky, very loudly screamed politics and weirdly weak special effects, right? The babies just weren't very believable, right? And it gets so much agenda, right? About abortion, about immigration. The captain was, of course, a little black girl baby. I mean, of course she was. Who else could they be? Right, they have to be a little black girl baby, otherwise it's the worst thing in the world. Right, that there may be a man who can be a captain. No, don't be a white man. Don't be ridiculous, right? And these people are just going. They go, well, it's only been white people on TV for so far, right? No, it hasn't, and it's been reflective of its audience, right? Reflective of the audience. Was it honestly the Eighth Doctor remembering Gallifrey and I Am the Doctor moment for me? Yeah, here's the thing. I think that really was an I Am the Doctor moment, right? Whereas Shooty hasn't had one. He thinks he's had them, right? And he's just like, oh God, he's just not very good. Anyway, so I'll remind you, Space Babies I thought was Drek, right? I thought it was like, I wouldn't even say mostly harmless, but just generally Drek, right? And then it got really bad. And then it got really bad with the Devil's Chord, right? So we start off, we're in 1925, okay? Again, Russell's writing is just really tired. It is. It's just really, really tired. And this is a pre-title sequence. Right? Oh, yeah, I'm actually going to watch the video for it going into the titles, which I thought was actually done very well. So we got this guy giving a piano lesson to a creepy kid. And he says, oh, I'll show you this famous Devil's Chord, right? And he does that. And what the fuck is this? Oh, God. I mean, it's just that Russell T. Davies didn't realize this was a massive dud. This was a complete failure, right? It's just awful. I'm sorry. It's embarrassing. It's stupid. Right, this is the most embarrassing Doctor Who's been since Delta and the Bannerman. Right, that's pretty embarrassing. Right, it is the most. That's very embarrassing. More embarrassing than most of Jodie's stuff. Because Jodie's stuff you actually have to watch to see how bad it was. This you just look at it and go, oh, and look, Russell, I understand you live in this weird, sick reality where this sort of stuff is normal. Right? It's not me. Look, here's the thing. About 3% of the world's gay, right? And stop with the queer crap. About 3% of the world is gay. We're not interested. So, again, out comes Jinx Monsoon being Jinx Monsoon. The role was clearly written for Jinx Monsoon. And the Jinx Monsoon does the role of Jinx Monsoon very well. But being in Doctor Who is just weird. So, weird repressed homosexual says, who are you? What's going on? And then he says, oh, look, my 11 o'clock was with Henry Arbinger. He says, no, it's really Harbinger, right? And it was his son, and then he vanishes. Well, and said, what have you done? Again, this is just shit. I'm sorry, right? And then she's like, they tempt them. Oh, first they go, they. She says her pronoun is they, right? It just there's so much weird shit going on here. I'm sorry. And so he gets him to start playing, and she sucks the music out of him, or he sucks him. I don't know what's supposed to call him, right? And I find this effect kind of stupid as well. It's again, this is very Harry Potter. This is not Doctor Who. This is very so she sucks all the music out of him. Jinx looks, like it's a tough thing for her to suck something out of an unexpected man, and then swallows it. Oh yes, she's a swallower. Jinx is a swallower, not a spitzer, baby. A swallower, not a spitzer. And then break here. So that's what it breaks a fourth wall. I don't know. Do I like this? Do I not like this? My money's on not liking it. I think right now. Where is this? Go over here. Because again, the way it merges into the titles, I thought was innovative, right? Innovative. Did I like it? I don't really know. Where is it? Devil's Chord. There you go. Doink. One sec. Yeah, so there you go. Was he saying anything to camera? I can't remember.
Now.
So I like the innovation of that, right? I think it's actually really kind of clever. So that I thought was good, right? So we're into the titles. Again, look, you've got a very Dylan Mulvaney vibe going on here. Most people find this unsettling, right? Okay, into the titles. And Doctor Who, yay! It's the old-fashioned logo. Must be real Doctor Who. Kiss again, baby. The Devil's Court. I mean, like, I have no idea what was going through Russell's head here. I mean, I do. Like he had a hard one for Jinx Monsoon, essentially. So now, so Millie is deciding. I mean, what's her name? Ruby is deciding to go. But by the way, the Doctor knows there's something weird going on with Ruby and been scanning her, and there's like time is like is like weird around her. Like past comes into the present. It's not a glory hole, Russell. Yes, glory hole. Who said that? That's very clever. Joe Swift. Thank you, Joe Swift. Just leave the goddamn fourth wall alone. Yeah, I mean, again, I think you could get away with everything if it was good, right? It's not been very good. The shoot is just not very good. I'm sorry, right? Hi, I'm your gay best friend. Yay. And they're like, okay, let's go to the Beatles. Says, wait a minute, what about clothes, right? And shooting never didn't think about it. It's like, yeah, okay. I mean, again, the Doctor always walked around in whatever his costume was, anachronistically, and that was part of Doctor Who, right? But no, now they got to go dress up. Again, I wish this was his costume. It's so much better than his regular costume. This feels like he's cool, right? This feels like an out of place, time traveler, right? I like the afro. So they do this like fun walk along Abbey Road. They must have recorded this at like 3 a.m, about 5 a.m, because like it's deserted. Oh, they must have recorded. This can't be an Abbey Road because they dressed all the cars. This must be another road with a similar. Yeah, that's not Abbey Road, right? And they make it to EMI recording studios. They go walking around, and they meet the tea lady. It says, "Oh hi, Karen says or something that we're supposed to take this in." Right, and you see, here's the thing: Ruby Sunday, Millie Gibson, Ruby Sunday is much more proactive, right? Much more proactive, the hero of this, than the Doctor, right? Which I think is a failing, shall we say, right? So they push the teacher on and they go in to see the Beatles performing, and it's not the Beatles; it's 4 people that look nothing like the Beatles whatsoever, right? Like nothing like them. Do I still have the clip of the Beatle complaining? Because that was really funny. Like, what do you mean? He was in the background, right? He didn't even get a word in. Do I have it anymore? Oh, I don't think I do. I got all these clips and like not the one that I really want. Where is it? No. Got shooting gut. We're talking about the doctor's chocolateness. Oh, fuck off. Just fuck off with this all the time. Right? Like, just all the bloody time. Is no, that's not it. That's not it. I don't think that's it either. No, anyway, so the actor who played Ringo looks like Ringo was upset. And people pointed out he looked nothing like fucking Ringo. And so they're about to play, and they play an awful song that I've got a cat, I've got a dog, the dog's not dead. It's just an awful song, right? Played by people who look nothing like the Beatles. And John Lennon didn't wear those glasses then. It's like I don't know how they got all this so badly wrong. Right, and they just did. They got. I mean, was that George Harrison? I don't know how they got it so badly wrong. Right, they're like, what's going on? And then they go in and see Cilla Black, and Cilla Black's also not. It's not really working out. Like, oh no, it's like weird's happening. And then they go to an orchestra and they can't play, and they're like, well, what's going on? So they see the Beatles in the canteen, and they go, they're not the Beatles. I don't understand. Like, these people look nothing like the bloody Beatles. And they see Khrushchev threatens Finland. So like they see like the whole of reality is different, right? And they're trying to work out what's going on. So Ruby goes to talk to John Lennon, and he goes to talk to Paul McCartney. And again, every time you say this to Paul McCartney, I go, it's like, what? Like, for all the money you put into this production, you can't get a Paul McCartney lookalike. I mean, really? I mean, that's really crazy. Here, let me Google Paul McCartney lookalike. Paul McCartney look like. Don't. Here it is. Do I say it? The lookalike performer, maybe. I can't believe I can't find any. It's so bizarre, right? It's so bizarre. But this guy, suffice to say, looks nothing like Paul bloody McCartney. Looks, I just like breathtakingly nothing like him, right? At all. What are they thinking? They weren't. They were like, oh, here comes Jig Bassoon to be stunning and brave. And so he's like, yeah, I don't really like music. I just do this for a little bit to see if I can get a real job. And so I look nothing like John Lennon. I mean, I had to think who this is supposed to be because I'm like, John Lennon. And also, I don't really like music. It's not. Everybody hates music in the world. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. And he drops he sees a reflection of Jigsaw Monsoon, drops the spoon and picks it up, and he sees Jigsaw Monsoon in the spoon. Like, oh, I'm scared. What's going on? Yeah, this doctor again. He's just a bit running scared from things. Or if he's got two modes right now: running scared or swaggering prick. Right? Neither of them really that compelling, frankly. So then he has this great plan that he's going to lift a piano up to the roof of the somehow, right, to the roof of Abbey Road. Who knows, right? Who knows? So he has, again, it's just stupid. And they will go up the stairs, and they're like, "Well, everything's changed. It's weird, but there's no music here." So I'm just again. I'm on to smug swagger, right? I'm on to smug swagger because I'm not running scared, right? It's one of the two, right? So I, fellow black person, here, take some money, thank you, because black people were everywhere, especially in the past. Yes, black person. Don't notice that I'm black. Oh, I'm not black. Don't notice I'm black too. By the way, I'm gay. Yes, I know. So am I. Would you like me to suck your cock? Yeah, why not? That's just on brand for Doctor Who now. But no, you have to get your cock sucked later, Doctor. We got to fight the monster. Like, well, okay, Ruby Sunday. It says, yeah, I know you know how to play the keyboard because you had that weird tranny singing while you were playing keyboards and looking hot as always, right? Looking super hot. So she starts playing, right, a song, and he looks again. This is actually quite Doctor Who. This is the most Doctor Who he's been, and it's not very Doctor Who, right? But again, this was I wish they would lean into this more, right? Because this again has some vaguely looks and feels like Doctor Who, right? What's it? A line from the original Fame film. The darker the berry, the sweeter juice. Yes, but who wants diabetes? Okay. So Ruby Sunday's playing away, right? But wait. And people are noticing music for the first time, and it fills their soul, and it makes them cry, and it makes them want. Oh yes, music is great. That's June Hudson, I think, the costume designer for season 18. Gave Tom Baker the burgundy outfit, which he hated. And then there's a bumping from inside the piano, and out comes Jigsaw and says, "Hello, I'm the shittest." She is the shittest villain ever. Yes, this villain is very powerful, but also just like a weird camp drag queen. I don't know what to tell you, right? I don't know why you thought this was a good idea. But it's not, right? It's not. It's really not working on any level. So the doctor, oh yeah, so she has the tune from the giggle, and Doc's like, "Fuck me, run away! Oh no, the swagger's gone. I gotta run. I'm so scared, Ruby Sunday. Oh, I'm so scared again." If you want to build up your character, this is not the way to do it, right? This is like the trouble is when you have a story which is about heroism, written by people who don't understand basic morality. You get stuff like this, right? You do get stuff like this, right? Where he's just not heroic. And he's not heroic because he's black and gay. He's not heroic because he's shitting himself in the second episode. Again. So Jinx Monsoon turns up and is like, "Where are you? Oh, I'm so camp." You know. So she's going again, this is just awful. So the Doctor does something with his sonic, I don't know, remote control from the 90s, and makes it so there's no sound, right? There's no sound waves can travel, and very light, and so she's trying to. All the sound's gone, so she's trying to work out what's happening. So that again, like finally we get one character do something vaguely intelligent. Doesn't this look like Jinx is kneeling down to take a shit? Right, and the weird double chin, like all of this doesn't work. I understand it works for you in a weird, degenerate, a Broadway play kind of thing. But for normal people, we're like, this is just gross, right? So she bangs her tuning fork on a ring, and it like vibrates the water, and it causes everything to break, the sound thing to break. But right at the moment, June Hudson starts playing a piano because she's had a piano for 40 years and never played it because, but she heard the music by Ruby Sunday, so it's infected the world. So she starts playing, roll out your barrel, we got a barrel, whatever. And then out pops Jinx Monsoon and consumes the music from them. Again, breaking that fourth wall all the time. And then he explains, "Oh, Ruby Sunday, no, I can't. That's not it. Ruby. I can't do his voice. It's too shit." And he said, she's like the toy maker, and I can't face him again. They ripped me in two. I can't go through that." Stop. Okay, don't complain about your idiot plot device. And everybody hated by generation too. Just get over it. Yeah, but no, let me reference The Timeless Child a few times as well. So they go back, and she said, "Okay, so everything's fine. When we go, I'm from the future, and the world isn't destroyed." Said, "Oh, we did this in Pyramids of Mars, right? Absolutely same thing, Pyramids of Mars. Much better TARDIS set, right? This is just much less ridiculous than this huge monstrosity. Huge, stark, boring monstrosity, which is what this is." And he says, "Fine, and we'll go back to where you're from." Oh, this is interesting, by the way. Last episode, she was from Christmas, right? And so this episode, when you're from June, July 2024. So yeah, something like that. I can't really work it out. So obviously, in her mind, about 6 months has gone by. So there's a lot of room for extra stories that nobody's going to be interested in. And they arrive in 2024 and find everything destroyed. So just like in Pyramids of Mars, right? We need to go back to Mars and fix the future. Then Jinx Monsoon turns up, and again, look, heels are sexualized shoes. Women don't like wearing heels, generally speaking, but they wear them because they look much hotter wearing them. You're a bloke, right? And okay, look, you want to bring the transvesticism, drag queen conversation up? Fine. The vast majority of humans on this planet find this immoral, right? The vast majority are like Christians and Muslims. They find men dressing as sexualized women to be immoral, right? And the woman face that is modern drag to be immoral, right? So, Russell, I understand that your small little bubble of 5% in the world, this teeny tiny bubble, right? That's what it was trying to tell us. No, just like those naughty National Socialists. No, that Judeo-Christian values that you have. No, they're going bye-bye. They're sick. They're gross. They're old-fashioned. This is what's going to replace it. It's just not. And you're screaming so loud, it's not going to happen, right? This is not like the gay struggle for equality in the 80s, right? Which I was generally speaking on board for, right? This is not like that at all. And again, I just don't get this. I mean, this guy is like, Jinx is like a fat, weird, tranny rapist, right? That's just the vibe I get. Fat, weird, tranny rapist. And he goes, they have a bit of a confrontation, but it's not really. But Jinx does chew the scenery and blow Shooty, and also blow him off the screen. I get the feeling that Jinx has blown most people off the screen. So she says, "Yes, I've eaten. The world's destroyed, and I live on all the potential music that hasn't been made." Right? She says, "I'm the toy maker's daughter," and generally speaking, she's shit, right? And so they run back into the TARDIS, and she starts taking control of the TARDIS, and he turns it off essentially, and is able to get back to the 1960s. And he goes in and said, "Fine, we got to bring music back to the world, right? Which means I got to look super cool, right?" So he starts their plan. But then Jinx turns up and he grabs Millie Gibson. Good choice. I mean, I don't understand. How is it you make Shooty Gatwa look so hot in every bloody scene, and Jinx and Millie Gibson's like, "Yeah, okay." Why can't you sexualize her? Why isn't she wearing bloody heels? Why is only Jinx Monsoon wearing heels? Right, so she's dragged away to Studio One by the evil Jinx Monsoon, and Doctor smashes the window to get out. So Millie Gibson this is very much Spider-Man, right? She's like tied up in a web of music, and again, look, special effects are good, but weird, right? So she destroys the Sonic as well, so she can't you can't get me twice. And again, like this person looks like a weird degenerate, right? It's not like they're a scary monster. They look like an evil trans gay rapist, right? They really, really do, right? That's the vibe I get. Evil trans gay rapist. And so they want to eat up the music from Ruby Sunday, and then so fine, the snow starts to appear. We start hearing Christmas music and the snow from when she was abandoned as a baby, and somehow she's making that manifest in this time, and both Jinx and Doc's like, "What's going on? I don't know." And it's like there's something weird going on. And so they decide to have a music battle. Oh God, I can't stand the relentless swagger. And so they have this music battle with like these weird music notes coming out of everything. And again with the hills. And Millie Gibson isn't dressed as sexily as Jinx Monsoon. Let's just say that. And so he's trying to find the secret call to send Jinx Monsoon back to wherever they came from. So I can't stand this. Is like shit. Everything I look at is just like this is just shit. So he comes up with this magic chord, and again you have the weird letters and notes hanging in the air, right? And he tries, and then he does the wrong note at the end, and he goes wrong note, and so now Jinx is in charge, and she's able to. They're able to drag Millie Gibson into a. What was it? They dragged Millie Gibson into a what's it called again? Stradivarius, whatever it's called, and the Doctor into a drum. Meanwhile, the piano, which has the music on top of it, is chanced upon by Paul McCartney, right? And that's where Millie Gibson's trapped inside. Help! I can't breathe. And then Paul McCartney, and then John Lennon shows up. Not John Lennon, and they work out the final chord. They work together, and Jinx Monsoon is defeated. And again, this is just it's so stupid, right? It's so lowbrow, right? Yeah. So they're sucked into a piano, and now they go say, "Oh, we're so oh yeah." So then they go, "Yeah, we did so well." And then it gets really, really bad, right? Then it gets really bad. It says, "What? Something you need to know about my adventures, Ruby Sunday." They always end in a twist, right? And he looks to camera and winks. I am sick of them breaking the fourth wall, right? So then we get this awful, again, for no reason whatsoever, right? Really, literally no reason whatsoever. We get this like music number, right? And it's not working, right? Let's look at the clip they put out. There's always a twist. There's always a twist at the end. It's shit. I'm sorry, and even the song's not very good. No, this is the worst bit. It gets really bad. Paul Towson, it gets really bad because then it goes. Okay, it's weird, creepy, and shit. Not creepy in a good way, right? And then it falls off a cliff of awful, right? Yeah, this is totally meant for to be posted on TikTok. And you know, I think if people saw this on TikTok, they'd be like, "What's this shit? Leave me alone." Like, what the hell's going on? I wish somebody could explain this. Like, what the hell is going on? There's always a twist. There's always a twist. There's always a twist at the end. I mean, are you saying that the maestro's power still lingered, so they're able to do this, or this has to be a Disney mandate? Says so. I think this is maybe, but maybe Disney said it, and Russell said, "Oh, how marvelous! We got to do that, right? We got to do that." Yeah, but somebody, Ryan Roger Athe, whoever they are, point out that she acts more like a character of the Trickster's Brood from the Pantheon Discord in Sarah Jane Adventures. Exactly, right? That makes more sense. Okay, why would you focus more on these Beatles, right? They are the worst Beatles of all time. Yeah, Austin Powers is way better, Colin Archer. Who's Austin Powers? Joe Swift, right? They are. Austin Powers is way better. So is that, what's his name? I think that's Murray Gold. Oh, that's Cilla Black, right? Honestly, anytime Millie Gibson's on screen, the screen, it gets better, right? She's got so much charisma, right? I think you know why she has much more charisma than Shooty Gatwa? Because she's not like incredibly arrogant. She's like, look how awesome I am. Look how beautiful I am. And she is. She's a great actress and she's beautiful, right? And she can sing and dance as well. So, look, she's a real talent, right? Here we go.
That's one good thing that can't be missed. Have a social little dance, cause we know what's best. Cause we're the smart girls from the Northwest.
Yeah, literally, Millie Gibson is the only thing in this that's worth watching. And, okay, I want you to look how she has a very non-sexualized heel, a very short, non-sexualized heel, compared to Millie Gibson. She's Rose 2.0. No, she's more like Rose meets Clara meets Amy Pond. She has a much more of an arc, I think, right? But also, she's much more relatable. Yeah, we got to get the guys and the girls dancing with each other because otherwise, you know, people might think they're straight, right? Yeah, I think it's Marigold who's crazy playing himself. They filmed this in the care home. No, it makes me want to do it again. Look at she's got a shorter heel than Shooty Gatwa, right? It's really weird. I mean, look, they look like they're having a great time, but me, I'm sorry. Now it's raining inside. How? I don't know. It just is. Okay, it's global warming, right? This must be a global warming message. And how do they get fat dancers as well? It's so like there's nothing about this that makes sense or works. There is no creative decision that's a good one in this entire production. I mean, really, are you trying to tell me this isn't a super gay Doctor Who? Right? This is a show tune inserted for no reason. I mean, literally no reason whatsoever. Oh, yeah, that's it. So that was the Maestro's kid that she evaporated at the beginning. Now is back somehow. So Maestro's coming back. Who gives a shit? I mean, they probably come back in the season finale. And let me ask you, is there always a twist at the end of Doctor Who? No, there's not. There's no way. So when does Doctor Who go on top of the pot and punch Jimmy Savile? I think he'll be very friendly with Jimmy Savile, quite frankly. Just so dumb. I mean, again, it's just so dumb, right? Just unbelievably dumb. Which is just sad way of describing where Doctor Who is. It's the dumb show. Again, she's got a shorter heel than Shooty Gatwa, and like again, she is so insanely hot, can be easily sexualized, right? But no. Not for the male gaze. And like, again, this is all for TikTok. Although she's very good in this bit, right? So we do all that crap, goes on forever. So then afterwards they do more like big, Tom Hanks on the piano. And you see the what's it called again? The white bits of the zebra crossing light up as they dance on them. And off they go into the TARDIS. Fuck off. Just like, fuck off. If Rosie really wants to do a musical number, how about they visit a planet whose only knowledge you have is by intercepting musical? There's so many better things he could have done. Right? There's so many better things he could have done than this, right? This was a massive massive failure, right? It is just a massive failure. So, the return of Doctor Who hasn't been going very well. I think it's fair to say. They all here. Let's look at the. I mean, the ratings are atrocious, but here, let's look at the only thing that really matters. Google Trends. How is it going down with the normies? Right? How's it going down? So we see 3 search items here: Doctor Who, Millie Gibson, and Ncuti Gatwa. So on Friday night, right? It's well after it aired on Disney Plus. I think this is a TV airing right here where it spikes, right? And then instantly it falls away to basically nothing, right? It just like there's no interest. So on Doctor Who, there's a spike in Millie Gibson, and there's a tiny spike, right? Of how many? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 20% of the spike for Doctor Who was Ncuti Gatwa, and it died away instantly, right? Instantly. So he was like about 12. Wow, it's about 12% of Doctor Who. Millie Gibson was at about 30%. He's at nobody gives a shit. Bottom line, just no one gives a shit about this era, right? No one gives a shit about this Doctor Who. Everyone is bored of being lectured, right? And here we can see this very clearly over here. Like again, I'm using every objective metric whatsoever, right? And we have this one over. So Rotten Tomatoes, the critic score 97, audience 32, right? It's dire, right? It's dire. It's doing very badly, right? Very, very bad. Let's look at some of the reviews. When I was a young child, I watched Doctor Who. My informative era was Who's Hammer horror period, and my doctor will always be Tom Baker. When I moved to my teenage years, I grew up watching it when Colin Baker enrolled. I was indifferent to its cancellation, but got into it back in my 20s. I felt there had been lost British classics. So when Rusty, oh blimey. So here we have my reasons for joy. Like Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson. 4 out of 5 stars. This one likes it. Okay, this is not a bot. I don't think it's a bot anyway. This one, I don't think it's a bot. We like a little believability in sci-fi. Talking babies, boogers, potty humor. This is the shittest Doctor Who ever written. I think raccoons can pick the scripts better, right? So up 2 episodes so far, very good. Well, this person likes it. Good for you. Somebody is tweaking with the ratings, but it's a Disney show now, so no surprises there. And it seems that Disney paid the critics for being 100% for a couple of days. Yes, I believe that too, right? I believe that too. But you can't pay the viewers. Imagine Eric from Sex Education got a little older and became a Time Lord. That's the show. Yes. Like, if you want me to be impressed with Ncuti Gatwa's acting, let me see him be anything other than Ncuti Gatwa. Can you play straight, right? Again, I had no idea that Simon Callow was gay, right? None whatsoever, because he's an actor and he can play straight. I mean, like, when you see Ian McKellen play Gandalf, you go, oh man, that guy's totally gay. It doesn't occur to you, right? There's nothing about that character, about him being gay. But Ian McKellen's an actor, right? I don't think Ncuti is that much of an actor. I've only seen the babies episode, but I'm not sure if I'll bother with any more, as it made no sense. First, be positive. The production values have increased, yes, but I think that's a detriment rather than a benefit. Although it's no surprise, is now a Disney product. How the show has been retailed to a 6-year-old audience. No, the TikTok audience, about the same mental level. Leaving aside the constant information dumps, which I assume were for the massive US audience, which didn't show up, right? Right, half a store. Yawn, lazy writing, filler with no substance. dumbed down. I love Doctor Who. Now it's aimed at preschoolers. Again, no, it's aimed at the TikTok generation, not preschoolers. Amazingly, right? Amazingly. Again, this is not going awfully well. As we got over here. Doink. Tommy Robertson, right? Tommy Robertson saying, as we'll cover, no surprise to anyone at all, the BBC's new Doctor Who is now a black homosexual. Hashtag defund the BBC. I agree with you, Tommy, completely. With Rob Boyd Esquire, who is, is he a lawyer, I take it? He's a Esquire. British patriot, interested in US, UK politics, free speech realist, means fun food. Okay. The degeneracy. And again, I think degeneracy is a very apt word, right? I think it's a very apt word for the degeneracy of the new Doctor Who is similar to what we saw in the year. Yes. And the degeneracy got its arse handed to it in Eurovision, right? Didn't it? What else? So here, so it made the news. Let's have a look. Video file. What is the twist? Oh, did I not download it? No, I'm sure I downloaded it. Oh, I'll say. Let me find it then. Because this really is worth downloading. Where is it? I think it's in my history. I can't believe I didn't download this. It's so dumb of me, right? 1 second. It was GB News, right? And I don't really watch GB News that much. Or was it GB News or was it Talk TV? Maybe it was Talk TV. Now I've got to go searching for it, right? Hang on. Let's try Talk TV first. Videos. It was it like Plank? No, it was GB News. I'm sure it was GB News. I'm sure. Oh, was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was GB News. Now I've got to look. Hang on. GB News. And I know we got a GB News episode coming up soon because they must hate GB News. They're not insane leftists, right? Where is this? There was an article with them talking about it, right? Prince Harry, no, revolting. I do agree with you there. Gary Lineker, oh shut up, Gary Lineker, make me sick. Right, genuinely makes me sick. All right, now we got. It's gotta be here. So here, we'll do Doctor Who, GB News, Doctor Who. Let's see if that comes up. We'll do. What's it? Upload date. Must be inclusive. Mr. H reviews. No. Really? It's so annoying. I'll try Talk TV then. Talk TV. Doctor Who. This could be it. Oh, yeah, this is it. Oh, man. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, let me download it. Falls down our throats. Well, I think that's part of the course with this production. They think they're doing you a favor. Oh, here we go. Excellent. Wow, that downloaded quickly. Video file.
Having a look through some of the papers this morning, an extraordinary story which hasn't actually made any of the papers that I've seen so far, but we must discuss. This is
the reason it hasn't made it in the papers is nobody gives a shit about Doctor Who anymore, right?
About Metro yesterday. The free newspaper that's published all over the place. They get different versions in different cities.
We have to go into this article.
They had a piece in their paper about Doctor Who, which was quite extraordinary over the course of the weekend, written by their entertainment reporter, Azia Iftikhar, I think her name is, about basically how Doctor Who, if you're a white male and a heterosexual, Doctor Who is not for you anymore. Quite an incredible piece.
Yeah, the left always say that the right are stoking the culture wars.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
actually, we're having this forced down our throat all the time.
Right.
A remarkably silly piece written by...
I mean, again, they're opposed of having anything forced down your throat, right? Okay.
This woman,
I mean,
who said that Doctor Who was never created for white straight men.
No.
Then she acknowledged that she tell that to William Hartnell and
Yes.
John Pertwee. They were too busy fighting the Dalek
And
Wars
Tom
to worry
Baker.
about the culture wars.
And
you know?
Tom Baker.
And Tom Baker.
Right.
But then she says, I've only been watching for the last 15 years. Well,
I mean, it's a mass switch off over openly queer Doctor Who and drag queen villains. Yes, right. I mean, I'm sorry, it's really gone very badly. Right, it's gone very badly.
yes, the last 15 years have seen the rise of wokery in Doctor
Yes.
Who. That's been the problem.
Right.
That's why it's actually falling.
And she then runs through a whole series of characters that have been brought in, which have been sort of what you might describe as particularly ridiculously woke. But the backlash on this was so remarkable that Metro had to shut down their Twitter account, right? Which is hilarious.
That was incredible, right? That was absolutely incredible, right? They literally had to shut down their Twitter account. Where is it? Hang on. Because they also changed the headline, right? They edited the headline. Do I have the original? Did I bookmark it? That would have been smart. But no, that would have been smart had I done it. Oh, yeah, no, I did it. Here we go. Doink. Hang on. Fine, there you go.
Yeah, well, always, you know, the people who always talk about...
Oh, that was the Tommy Robinson. Yeah, absolutely was.
Tolerance and free speech are very quick to put off the comments and silence the comments on these tweets and so forth. But the fact is, you know, one of the reasons that Doctor Who has been hemorrhaging viewership is because it's become so divisive. You know, you can't watch the thing now without being constantly lectured.
No.
Exactly. Right. And again, Russell's going, oh, GB News. I'm going to do an episode about GB News. I'm going to tell them how naughty they are. Oh, yes, GB News. Oh, fuck you. GB News are going to tell you how naughty. And these actually talk to you.
And hectored at.
No.
And it just once again goes to show that, you know, the way that companies are willing to self-harm and destroy their brands for the interests of pursuing
And one of the
ideology.
stories we did recently...
Right. Yeah, one second. Do you remember, right, at the beginning of this culture war, people were like, well, of course Disney or anybody wouldn't do anything to hurt their brand. They're in the business of making money. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're in the business of activism, and they were just making money too easily. Even the Lotus Eaters did a segment about them today. Yeah, this is what we're seeing, a mushroom cloud build, right? This is a epic disaster. I'll be intrigued to see what the numbers are like next week, right? Or when they release their bullshit iPlayer numbers. Don't hold your breath.
On a fairly regular basis, Doctor Who, was they brought an alien into the show who was gender neutral. And you're kind of going, well, surely aliens are gender neutral anyway. Why make a big deal out of it? You know, nobody said, is E.T. gender neutral? Is E.T. a bloke? Or is E.T. a woman? Or is E.T. non-binary? Nobody cared.
Well, actually, now that you say
right,
that,
exactly. Nobody cared. Still nobody cares. Yeah, Russell, if you think these conversations are what's being happening in normal house, they're not. The conversation is, will you people just shut up?
I can't actually... And how long till Cybermen become cyber people?
Well, that was one of the more ridiculous ones where they made Davros, you know, the man who was the sort of creator of the Daleks and supposedly a kind of, you know, half man, half Dalek. They changed the way he looked because they said it's not right to make him look like he's disabled because that would suggest that all disabled people are evil. Oh, you're kind of going, sorry? No, I don't really see that.
Yeah, again, who is prejudiced against people who use wheelchairs? I've never met anybody or heard anybody ever that would that was in any way opposed to people in wheelchairs.
But we also got the issue now of this new chap who's the Doctor Who, this young black gay chap who said that he wants to make sure that race becomes a central theme of his tenure as Doctor Who.
Right.
And he's like, why on earth does your identity have to come into everything?
I know.
It's so nonsensical.
Right.
And
I mean, really, look, and here's the thing: everyone's got a reason to feel like they've been you know, sidelined, right? But yeah, here, this is one of the more stupid statements from Ncuti Gatwa.
No way to not. You have to address race. I think, like, the Doctor...
Why? Again, if you want to make... you don't want to make a colorblind society. That's the problem. You don't want a colorblind society. You want a society where you're dominant. right? You don't want a colorblind society, right? You don't have to bring race into everything constantly.
It has been this is the first time the Doctor has been black for this long, and
I know I love it. It's got to say for this long. How do you know? Dr. Ruth might have been the Doctor for 10,000 years.
he tends to spend most of his time on Earth. It's a favorite of his, and so yeah, it would be essential to explore.
Well, again, do you really think you live in a racist world, Shooty Gatwa? Maybe if he weren't such a insanely irritating prick, right? You wouldn't. If people aren't like irritated with you because you're black and gay, they're irritated with you because the only thing you can think about of yourself is that you're black and gay.
Race within his tenure is something that I would want to do, and like I don't think you could ignore it. You can't ignore my chocolateness, so we're not going to ignore that.
Yeah, again, his every instinct of what to say is wrong, right? My chocolateness, and again, God, you're mincing around it. Anyway, let's look at this Metro article because this is really funny, right? There's a couple of things that are really funny about this. We'll start over here. So first, if you look at the headline, it says, "Sorry, straight white men, Doctor Who was never made just for you." Is that really what it originally said? No. Let's have a look at what it originally said, shall we? Sorry, straight white men, Doctor Who was never made for you. So, like, not only did they delete their Twitter account, they also they also deleted their they also changed the headline. I mean, this went down as badly as the new Doctor Who, which went down very badly, right? Very badly. Where are we up to? Man, I don't think I'm going to have the energy to review, what's it called again? Image of Fendel or the Quinn Dilemma. Okay, Thursday, Image of Fendel and the Quinn Dilemma. We're going to preview Boom. I'm kind of intrigued to see what they're going to do. Right, after Boom, I'm like, I don't really give a shit. Frankly, let's see what... I mean, like, I'm vaguely interested, but it's much more to get content for my channel, right? Which, here's the weird thing. Like, I'm on my teeny tiny backup channel. I'm still getting decent views. It's the weirdest thing, right? My main channel has gone up about 10 subs this week with me being off. I'm like, well, okay then. You know, I think I can put up with that. All right, so what we got there? From the moment I first saw Shooting Up with Dark Tip Night Away in a bright outfit in the 2023 Christmas special, I knew I would fall in love with his iteration of Doctor. I knew I would hate his iteration of... Well, I didn't. I suspected I would hate his iteration of Doctor, right? I like this. I liked him in that special when he was running over the roof. I liked him in that special. Not everyone's excited about such an unapologetically queer black Doctor, though. You can be not unapologetic. You can be not on board for a queer black Doctor and not against queer black people, right? It's a difference. I know. The vocal contingent of keyboard warriors took to social media to claim how the show had gone too woke. Why do you put that in parentheses? What do you think woke means, darling? Right? Yeah, I mean, like you don't think having this. We'll go to this, which always does the trick, right? This always does the trick. You like again, your queer black Doctor is very queer and very black, but mainly queer, right? Yeah. This isn't too woke for you. What would be too? It's like the people who James Cameron is it James Cameron? No, was it ex-prime minister, foreign minister Cameron? He actually said, look, BBC, to the BBC's face, live on air, he said, look, Hamas, they kidnapped elderly women, they kidnapped babies, they raped, they murdered, they shot children in front of their parents. What more do they have to do to be called terrorists by you? Like, what more does this have to do to be called what? And again, the roasting it's getting, the intensity of the roasting it's getting. And this is just starting. By the time we hit the 2 more days, it's going to be the story. For a while, the show has been torn apart by woke ideologies. It has. to creating their own social media trend, hashtag RIP Doctor Who. You don't need to go far to find a litany of tired complaints. Why are they tired? Right? The complaints aren't tired. You've heard them many times before because you've never answered them. Right? But I'd argue the show has always been socially progressive and inclusive. Well, those words mean something different now than they meant in the 1980s, in the 1970s, in the 1960s. Like in the 1960s, you wouldn't be saying, oh, yeah, we want to encourage children to surgically alter their bodies, right? So they're sterile and unable to have sexual gratification, right? Anybody would have looked at you in horror and disgust, right, if you said that. I started on a show during David Tennant's run, The 10th Doctor, over 15 years ago. Well, good for you, right? I started watching it in, like, I don't know, born in 71, so 74 maybe. Fell in love with the beautiful themes of found family. Yeah, the reason people like found family is they don't have real families, right? Found family combined with captivating space and time adventures. I never look back. Well, you never look back before, 2006, obviously. Over the past 60 years, the iconic British TV show has cultivated a devoted fan base following the timey-wimey adventures of an alien known as the Doctor and his human companion in the TARDIS. In a nutshell, there's no world too crazy, a time too far, or creature too strange, none of this is the essence of Doctor Who. That's the window dressing, right? Not even the end of the universe is the limit, right? It's the biggest ever! No! Again, Horror Fang Rock is good because it's a quiet little story, right? It's a which is with incredibly timed melodrama. On Type 40's review of Image of Fendel, you had Stephen Noonan talking about a certain line that Tom Baker delivered, right? Which went from, like, covered all the gambits of everything that was Doctor Who. None of this is Doctor Who. For the show so versatile with fluidity so naturally imbued into its bones, it's truly baffling that a non-straight, non-white Doctor feels so unbelievable. So many. Again. It's not. It's not that. Not he's black and queer, right? It's not black and queer that makes us feel not like the Doctor, right? What makes him feel not like the Doctor? This. Yeah, this feels neither like Doctor Who nor the Doctor, right? There's a yes. that has never been Doctor Who. So yeah, not only the woke accusation level of the show. Yes, it started going woke at around 2015, right? When there were clearly mandates from the people running BBC that it needed to be more woke, right? They need to make Clara more central, and then they need to replace Clara with a black lesbian, right? I understand that, right? We got to and she's got to mention she's a lesbian often, right? And have lots of lesbianness in it, which seemed okay, whatever. It seemed annoying, but I can live with it, right? So then it fell off a cliff when Jodie Whittaker came on. Jodie Whittaker battled intense public scrutiny as the first one. No, everybody tuned in because they were all supportive. There's not public scrutiny, and she was shit, right? Doesn't want to take out the beloved role. Angry viewers similarly accused the show of pandering to woke times because it did. Like, okay, here, how about this? Hillary Clinton should be in jail, right, for the Benghazi debacle and how she tried to cover it up with a home server. Oh, that old boring thing again. Yes, that it stays around. These things stay around. I'm sorry. Just because it was several years ago. Yes, you've been woke as hell for years and years and years and years and years. Yes, right? Angry viewers similarly accused the show of being too pandering to woke times, causing Jodie to tell the press it's terrifying that a woman being given a particular job can cause so much rage. It's not that you're a woman. It's that you were unbelievably bad at the job, right? Unbelievably bad at being Doctor Who. Like breathtakingly bad. Do you remember the let's say Jodie Whittaker, Doctor Who, COVID? Do we have the clip of her in the closet? It was, yeah, I mean, cringe beyond cringe. And it turns out everything she told us about COVID, it was all wrong. Like, none of that was real whatsoever. Okay, so she was just bad at being the doctor, right? She was, the bottom line, she was too stupid to be the doctor. You need to be smarter than that. All right. Now Judy has been forced to justify his place in the sci-fi series news of casting in May 2020. No, that didn't happen. I was on board. Most were. The smart people said this is what's going to happen. Adrian faced racist backlash. No, she didn't. You're a liar. I wonder, what's her name? Ashia. Does she have a Twitter? Let's have a look. I bet it's like Trump. Follow you. Okay, let's have a look at your ex. Poster now protected. Oh, what's for Pink News, Bustle, and Digital Swag? Oh, what a shock. That's so funny. Yeah, your posts are now protected. I wonder why. She, her. Really? Who could have told? There's always a twist at the end, isn't there? In recent interview with Attitude, sex education star has spoken about the irrelevance of trolls. Again, we aren't trolls. We aren't trolls. And your Doctor Who is imploding. Right? Imploding. Yeah, do we have new ratings news, Doctor? There we go. Ratings accumulator. Let's have a look. Oh man, what are they getting? I like, honestly, I see it's never gonna get 6.85. Right? Do you really think it's gonna get 6.85? 1 second. Because the Christmas episode, but never write for Doctor Who again. Why? Because obviously it's not going for a third season. Although that may not be the case. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Where is it? Ratings. Yeah, we're at 2.6, I mean, again, if it gets to 5.6, they're doing lucky. It's more like 4.6. I don't think they're going to break 5, which is really bad, right? Really insanely bad. A second. So then, you're so angry over something was so inconsequential. Fuck you, Shooty Gatwa. Fuck you. If you think it's something that's got inconsequential, quit this job and go and latch your fame onto something else. Fuck you. You can't be an interesting person. You can't have much of a life. And you wondered why. You wondered why you're being dropped by fans. You wonder why you got epically low ratings. You told everybody to fuck off and they did. You fuck nut moron. It really is. What a fuck nut moron. But the biggest straight white men who have spiraled into a meltdown clearly haven't been paying to the reboots rich and ever-evolving history of multicultural LGBTQ plus inclusive. No, listen. Everything was perfectly inclusive in 2005, right? Perfectly inclusive, and it always has been, right? It's now become the central focus of the show, right? Jack, having Captain Jack in it, right, was an interesting idea. I generally speaking it worked on the charisma of what's he called again? John Barrowman. But it wouldn't have worked for the Doctor, as we're seeing. Right, as we're seeing. So nowadays, talk about all the different characters. Yeah, look at all. She faced a racing backpack. No, she didn't. Absolute nonsense. Right, that didn't happen. Oh man, this was a great clip. That didn't happen. Yasmin Finney, yes, because of the cast report, we can say with certainty, trying to encourage children to have gender gender affirming care, right, is detrimental for children. It's terrible. We've got to stop that, right? Look at this. Ollie Alexander in tears after coming close to breakdown over Eurovision 2012 backlash. Here's the thing. No one's interested in this degeneracy anymore. What they're really genuinely not interested in this degeneracy anymore. No, show looks to have a bright future. It's not. It's not going to have a bright future. Although it might well go beyond 2 seasons, right? It might well go beyond 2 seasons. Let me pull this up. I'll show. This is an interesting and disturbing thing, right? Oh, here it is. Doink. Also by John the White. John the White is such a good researcher, right? John White has come up with a thing called the Bluey angle, right? So Bluey is the #1 thing on Disney Plus, right? It's made by the BBC. It's made by the BBC, and it's the only thing that's doing well on Disney Plus. So there's probably they need to keep doing Doctor Who just to keep hold of Bluey, which they desperately need, which I have no idea what it is. Look, I think it's a good thing, right? The Bluey angle. I have to share with a group that I didn't know until this afternoon that it seems there's a massive difference in the chances of getting renewed for Series 3, as in it seems impossible Disney won't renew. It's not because of Doctor Who, it's because of Bluey. Bluey is the #1 show on Disney Plus, hands down, worldwide, no contest, not even close. It seems Doctor Who is going to settle down about the middle of Disney Plus pack within about 200 million minutes watched. But Bluey is smashing that more than double a day after day. Bluey is a show licensed by the BBC Studios. Bluey is an Australian animated preschool animation which premiered on ABC Kids in 2018 on October 1st. The program created blah, 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 John, blah, 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 blah. BBC shit, blah, blah, blah. So how is Disney going to refuse to renew Doctor Who when Bluey single-handedly is keeping it in the game against the other streamers at the moment? I think, and think of the bank BBC Studios is making on having the highest performing show on Disney Plus, largely on the quiet, right? Because nobody notices because it's a kids show. More than enough to fund Doctor Who as long as BBC wants. As this graphic prepared shows, there is no argument. Bluey dominates Disney Plus ratings. I think it's that single fact alone, obviously not well understood by Doctor Who fans yet. I mean, we may well get all Parks. We may well as well all Parker opinions, which won't matter. You see, I don't think Disney Plus is going to be in a financial position to continue to greenlight stuff that doesn't work, right? I mean, look, the MCU is in a complete meltdown, right? It's in complete and total meltdown. And, you know, they got this really weird spin about MCU that it's good that they failed. So then now they can be like the comeback kid, right? No, you're not going to be like the comeback kid, right? It's just not going to work, right? It's just not going to work, right? You're not going to be the comeback kid. Also on Metacritic, somebody just sent me. Wow. So I don't know. I don't know what Metacritic really does, but Space Baby's got a 4.0. And Devil's Call got 4.7, while as Church on Rubio got a 6.4. So that shows a significant drop. Although I'm amazed that Devil's Call got a better rating in any way, shape, or form. Right? I am somewhat in shock about that. Right? I don't know. It's just been a shit show, right? It's just been a shit show. And again, you can't keep saying, "Oh, here I finally found the thing." It's GB News. Doing. Look at share screen. No, not supporting. There we go. Doctor Who branded as woke and unwatchable as TV ratings plummet following return to screens. Doctor Who fans have been left well and truly divided by the latest regeneration of the long-running show. Held by Rusty Davis, followed by the new Doctor shooting out wearing a psychic Ruby Sunday, Millie Gibson. Again, I'm amazed at how they desexualize Millie Gibson. Right? It's beyond me, right? The latest series style always promises a breakaway from its predecessors. None the least, the huge, nonetheless, thanks to the huge cash injection from Disney. So Disney Plus. Fans were introduced to Gatwa's Doctor, as well as a crop of new baddies, including the Bogeyman and the controversial new villain Maestro, played by Jinx Monsoon. The Doctor's new adversary, played by the American drag artist Monsoon, who has since gone viral following the show's return for correcting another character's hymn incorrectly. There was also cameos from Strictly Come Dancing favourites Shirley Ballas and Jonas Rabbi, whoever they are, in the second episode of Double Bill with a bizarre musical. Yes, it was a bizarre musical number, right? I think it's a fair way of describing it. There were semblance of Doctor Who from yesterday. However, with a mention of the classic character of the Rani, as well as a adopted home planet of Gallifrey. Oh, fuck off. But the overhaul of the sci-fi show seemed to incorporate gender politics and change. Took the series, has left plenty to be desired by the many watching at home. In fact, the overnight ratings for BBC One premiere on Saturday night consisted of a underwhelming 2.6 and 2.4 million installment of a double header according to the TV Zone. So it does include the iPlayer numbers. One user on X, Slam News Look, saying, after the casting crew told the old Doctor Who fans to stop watching in favour of their modern audience, the current season 2 two-episode premiere received the lowest overnight ratings in the show history. Hashtag RIP Doctor Who. Yes, the second took aim at the new villain. Marshall was probably the worst thing I've ever seen. No exaggeration. Hashtag RIP Doctor Who. Yeah. Look. Meanwhile, a third fumed. RIP Doctor Who. Well, Doctor Who is now unwatchable now. Maybe maybe I have a Doctor Who series again instead of a platform for gender politics and radical left-wing ideology. Go woke, go broke. Right? Yes, on and on. Yeah. Welcome back, hashtag Doctor Who. So the show sci-fi has always been queer. No, it hasn't. Will you stop with this? No, it hasn't always been queer. Anyone tells you otherwise, delusional. No, I'm not. You're delusional. You're projecting. There are prominent writers, directors, and producers who are queer. Yes, we know in these films. That doesn't mean everything they do has to be queer, right? And listen, the ratings have not been good. This is going down very badly, and this nuclear explosion, right? I think we're going to see of hatred for it. Is only just starting, right? It's only just starting. I think it's going to grow and grow and grow. Fine. I wanted to do a shorter show tonight. Didn't manage it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back on Thursday, right? Thursday, I think Thursday might be the last day on my backup channel. I might be back on Saturday on my main channel. I don't know when my strike runs out. It's great. I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm really love not giving a shit. So I don't know when my strike runs out. But back on Thursday, we'll preview Boom. Well, I will review Image of Fendel and the Quinn Dilemma, and I guess there's gonna be more Doctor Who fallout, right? That we're gonna have to deal with, which is gonna be quite a lot of it. Fine, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am gonna wrap up. Good night. It was 1 hour Spacebook with Dan Hadley. Is that tonight? I thought that was on Thursday. Right, I'll say head over to Spacebook. I will head over there too. Say good night, good luck, and may your God walk with you. Hit the end broadcast button. Hit it again.